back working on the wing. Now, I got these on here secured now, very secure. Make sure. Now, this is just wide enough. I'll put my servo in here for the elevator. My servo wire fits up the side. If it doesn't, you'd have to cut a place. See? There's a gap there. My wire fits up and it fits loose. It's not binding. So I screw my servo down over here. It'll be just fine. Right? Okay. And I'll pre-drill the holes. We'll screw the servo down. These supply screws here. I like to put a starter hole to help them out. Remember, we glued these all together, so you can use your Dremel, I guess. I'm not in a real big hurry to get these things together, so I do it the quiet way. Okay, I drill the hole. There's the first screw. I'm just going to put that in for now. See? Got the servo mounted to the wing. Now the kit came with these rods and these two sets here, one unthreaded and one threaded. Now I've made other kits and I know what these are for now. You see these going to go in here like this. Okay, after that a little bit. Anyways, they go on each end. And these are going to be my control horns, or the push rods going to the back of the airplane. And I'll use some, I'll show you. I use some thread on there to bind them up better than they have them done. Okay, so we'll finish pre-drilling little holes for all this. Always makes it nicer to pre-drill a small hole when you're putting screws in this wood. Saves it from cracking or breaking. Yeah, I like these little, like my little baby drill on a, it's just like a special X-Acto knife tip. It's round to fit these little drills. It's so handy to have a little drill like this. Plus it's quiet. And, oh, sometimes power tools, they slip. I don't want to put a hole in this pretty paint job they've gotten on this paint. It's looking good. There we go, I got 4 starter holes. Now we get 4 little screws to go in them. And we can say that I have to seem, it seems that either I don't see them or I didn't see them in the kit, but I haven't seen any control rods. Rods or wires to hook the ailerons up here. So I'll use some of my own. This first couple little short pieces anyways, but it's just sort of disappointing that the kit didn't have the pieces in it. Would have been nice to have the pieces in here, guys. Oh well. But I do like that setup they have. I never really figured out what all that stuff was, but I figured this one wire we have here, I'm going to cut up and use for here. They supplied, I think, as a throttle to go up to the throttle. But that there set up for the rudder and elevator. I like that. I'm okay with that. So they supplied this wire for the throttle like I thought. See, I need to get a threaded end. That's what we'll do. I'll get some threaded rod and we'll make these here. Okay. See? That a wire. Just happened to have it in my scrap box. But look at it, it's threaded on both ends. So, I'll do up one end. Cut off what I need. Do up the other end, cut off what I need. And put the rest back in the scrap box. Always handy to have other stuff, man. I keep quite a few boxes of leftover parts. Now, since these are adjustable at this end, right, we'll connect them to this piece, clip them on. Now, I haven't centered the servo. Man, I recommend you center the servos on these, really, but I haven't got the radio gear for this yet. I bought a new DXS6i receiver for it. So, I know that we aren't going to go a whole lot heavy on the aileron throw. I know that because, like, I'll bet, you know, second, I'm going to go third hole out on the servo horn. I think that's as far as I'm going to go, though. Let's hope that isn't too much throw on the ailerons. I'm going to use a DX6i radio. I can always adjust them down. But we don't want to set up too much throw. Oh, so maybe, yeah, the third one, eh? I'll go the third hole out. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how I do this. I got my handy pliers ready. Now, with my pliers ready, so I'm going to secure the aileron here. I'm going to make sure that it's dead flat. Okay? Always make sure when you're hooking this up, I don't care where these are or anything, just make sure this here, the aileron, is flat. I'm holding it here with my fingers at the end to the wing so it's neutral, let's say. In a neutral position. It's not up or down. Now, this here shows me that in this spot I'm going to have to bend it down. Right there. Okay? So if I bend it down, right in that spot, that'll be perfect. Now before I do any bending, you notice I take it off of there. Now, we know that I had it on there right here, on this side of the plier. We want to bend it at 90 degrees. Okay? So we'll go and we'll bend the 90 degrees in this wire. Okay, now, we'll take this off. And I gotta get a different pair of pliers. They make Z-bend pliers. I never bought a pair of pliers for doing Z-bends. So I used the needle nose here. Hang on to there. Now this other part of the wire, so I'm holding that straight. I'm going to bend around. Okay. Now, see, I got a Z-bend. So, we take this just a little bit extra there and snip it off. Now, That's a little too much at the end. I'll make it smaller. There we go.